Look at that line though. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel, Chasing Greatness, and this is going to be Car Confessions, episode 2. Where am I going? Going to the uncle's house. Because my busy schedule, I found time off to go hang out with my uncle. And I think it's very important to make your time for family, especially your closer family. Because at the end of the day, they're the people that are really going to be there for you. And yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I mean, friends come and go, but family's forever. I mean, blood's forever, man. So cherish them, because they're going to be there through relationships, through being friends, through those tough times in your life. Your family is always there for you. So I always like to make them a priority. They're actually kind of one of like the motivations of why I work so hard today. I want to be able to be in the position to put up for my family, you know? I mean, I think, honestly, especially for like all of us, like I'm assuming like most of the viewers on here are probably younger like me. So that should be one of our main drives to do what we do. What I want to talk to you guys about today is primarily relationships. So like the way I talk with these whole things are probably going to go all over the place, but what I want to open with is like that's what I want to be the main focus of this video. So guys, relationships. I have had a successful relationship with my girlfriend, my beautiful girlfriend Angel, for 3 years now. A lot of you have probably seen us transform over the years and progress and get better. And a lot of people ask, well, how do you guys keep it fresh? Like, you guys are so great together. How'd you guys do it? Honestly, my view on relationships is simple. Find somebody that you love hanging out with and like is a great friend, and then somebody that you genuinely love and care about, and then give it a shot. I mean, if you guys both genuinely care about each other, and then on top of that, like our chemistry and all the things we had in common, our interests were just there. So to me, it was kind of like a no-brainer. But don't get me wrong, relationships are not always super pleasant or anything. There's good times and there's hard times. So what I want to focus on is, how do you get through the hard times? And on the outside, everybody sees how happy we are, and trust me guys, we are definitely happy. Like we've never really had any like serious beef or anything like that in our relationship, or like any real stints where we've kind of like gave it second thoughts. I mean, we're very strong together and we're very confident in each other and in our relationship. We do have our hard times too, and I feel like the primary way to get through it is just communication. Communication is going to be like one of the primary things that's going to get you guys through it. And you have to, and when I say communication, I don't mean like, oh yeah, let's just talk about our problems. Yeah, talk about your problems, but listen to their side of the story, because the way you view things might not be the way that they view things. And then if you can honestly listen to them and then see it from their shoes, then you'll be able to sympathize more, and then you can pretty much try to explain it in a different manner, so then you guys both get where each other's coming from. And with those hard times, I mean, it's tough, but you got to remember why you got with them in the first place and how long they've been with you. I mean, she's been with me since the beginning. I mean, through the whole like me being bigger, and she's always supported me through everything. And in my dream, and then starting this YouTube, she supported me through it all. So when I have those hard times, people say, well, how do you get through it? Man, like, I'm grateful to have what I have, and that's what I think about when it's the hard times. Like, man, this girl actually, like, she's really down for you. It's ridiculously hard to find that kind of thing nowadays. And I'm definitely one I see what I have, and I'm not trying to mess that up for anything. That's why when people cheat on somebody, I just think, like, how ridiculous is that? Like, how can you cheat on somebody that, obviously, if you've been with them for that long and you know that they care about you, why do you not see the value in that? I don't get it. Alright guys, so the last video that I didn't finish recording because it was on my phone that just cut off. So now we have the camera and I have my girlfriend in the car, so it's actually better because we can have her weigh in on the situation too. Before I was cut off, I said, why would you end something that you have with somebody that's so great, and it's pretty much like that could be your life with that person, and finding love, which is something that we should all cherish, because finding love I feel like that's like one of the journeys of life, and a lot of people don't even find it. So for you to cheat for that just that moment of satisfaction and then give up all you had with that person just for that, I just think it's ridiculous. That's pretty much it. I mean, I just, if you're having like a hard time in relationships right now, I just say that, like, hey, just both of you guys try to sit down. You guys are both level-headed and talk about it, and then when you're talking about it or when you're on your own thinking about it, just think about how much you love that person and all the great times you have with that person, because you got with them for a reason. I mean, you don't want to do anything rash or make any rash decisions, especially in your relationship, because to me it's a huge part of life, and you don't want to make any decisions, especially when you're angry, if you guys are fighting. So what I would recommend is doing something that calms you down, and then give yourself that time to think on your own, and then you can actually reprocess the whole discussion. And then at that time, I would recommend thinking about what they said, and then trying to see it logically through their perspective. But yeah, what's your weigh in on relationships, babe?
Pretty much, like, if you love someone, then you should, and you know that they love you too, you should do all that you can to kind of keep them. Because at any point in time, they can just say, oh, I don't want to do this anymore, or they can just walk out of your life, and you're just gonna be like, oh shit, like, I'm just like, there goes that one person I could have spent the rest of my life with. So you don't know, and some people just don't realize that they can just walk out of nowhere. So that's why that communication comes in hand. Like, you gotta talk to them, let them know that you love them, that you want to stay,
exactly.
And then tell them that you want them to stay or you want to stay. Just, you gotta get both sides in. At least,
you really have
like,
to. I'm sorry, cut you
at
off.
least like frequently, not like just once a year type of thing. Like, let them know, because they can get tired of you and they can just walk out, and you're just gonna be like,
exactly. You have to understand. You have to understand what you have when you have it, because a lot of people, I think this is where they go wrong, and you're absolutely right. They take it for granted, and then next thing you know, the other person, they realize I can have somebody else that's gonna treat me way better, and they're gonna appreciate me more, and then they're gone, and then you don't appreciate what you had until it's gone.
because you're gonna be like, oh.
And you never want to ever be in that situation. I mean, that's kind of what happened with us. We had like when we first got together, I wasn't really sure. So then we took a 2-week break.
Yeah.
And then that's
That
kind of what
point in time is when we realized that, or when he realized it the most, that
this is
we
real.
can't live without each other, really.
Yeah. It was a real gut check
with anyone else. So.
I mean, yeah, granted I was a lot younger, but when you know, you kind of just know, right?
Yeah. And we know.
And then also, we kind of just, we were really good friends. Like, we were friends for years before we even got together. It was honestly
relationships do last if you know them for a while. Like, as
it was kind of it's kind of cliche to say it, but when I say, oh, just get with, like, just marry your best friend, it's almost like the same concept. We were great friends before, and then once we got on the other level, and we, even later on in life, when we reconnected, we still had all those things in common and all those interests that we had before.
We're middle school sweethearts, but we got together in high school, so I guess we're middle school sweethearts and high school sweethearts. But the thing that I was trying to remember what it said, I saw it on Twitter, I saw it on Instagram or Tumblr, one of those things, and it said, treat the person you have like just like you're trying to get them for the first time. So try to always kind of impress them, do little things for them, appreciate them, just to let them know that you love them. Like little things. Are you sure it's still
recording? You better check.
Yeah. Okay. Like buy them flowers, open the door for you, or just, you know, cook them a meal, breakfast in bed, whatever it is. Like little things like that. Just kind of treat them like you first got
need to go
them,
back
like you
to-
want to impress them and want to impress them for the first time, so you don't, that way you don't lose them.
I think our
I don't think
our
that's what it is.
society needs to go back to like the 70s and 80s,
Back when
because
like
back then.
love letters and stuff, we do that. We
I'm
write love
not
letters
talking
for
about
each
like love
other,
letters,
too.
but I'm just talking about
But we do
respecting
that too.
respecting your girl. Like if you're a guy, it was normal to be a gentleman. Like that, it was cool to be a gentleman. I don't know why it's not cool to be a gentleman nowadays. It's weird to me. I mean, specifically like in the direction that hip hop's going. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love hip hop and I love rap. I listen to it all the time. And these new artists, like, they do have good music, but the images that they're portraying now, it's like it's a lot more disrespecting women than way back then used to be. It used to be respect your woman, and that was the cool thing to do. I don't know why that's not the cool thing to do now. I think that's where we need to shift our focus back, and then a lot more relationships will not end up in failure that they do today. I think the divorce rate right now is like 50%. That means if you get married, you have a 50-50 chance that it'll be successful.
And we're coming from divorced parents too.
Yeah, we're both coming from divorced parents. I think that we're both confident that when we get married that we're gonna have a successful marriage, because you can't go into a relationship or go into marriage thinking, oh man, there's a 50-50 chance that it'll be successful, because then you're not confident in your relationship. I go into our relationship with a lot of confidence that'll be successful, because we've already faced a lot of challenges in our relationship, and we've
come out stronger.
we've cleared those hurdles already. So I think that the more and more that we have these challenges, we just get stronger and stronger, and that's what a relationship's all about. It's not about just being happy all the time. Like how boring would life be if every situation worked out the way that you wanted it to? You would never grow as a person, don't you think? How do you learn any lessons without failure? Usually with failure, you always learn something. That's why now I don't view failure as a bad thing at all. I actually view it as a good thing. The only thing is when you just can't get used to failure. You have to, when you do hit failure, just don't look at it in too much of a negative way, and then understand and think, what can I learn from this?
I got an ice cream cone on my shirt because I'm going to work, so don't mind that. Frostbite's Delama Mall. That's where I work. Hit me up. Come visit. Let me know you're a subscriber.
Sponsored by Muscle Farm. Psych, I wish. The guy that owns this company though, Corey Gregory, he is an entrepreneurial beast, and he has this book that I want to get, but I've also watched podcasts from it called The Mindset Manual. I think everybody should check it out. I mean, like, when I say this guy's a beast, like, he's a machine. I'm talking about every day working out at 4 a.m.
Hey, we're supposed to be talking about relationships.
I know, but fuck it. This is car confessions, homie. We confess whatever we want. What else do you want to talk about before we finish it out?
I'm gonna go find that quote again for you guys. I'll find it. But I just didn't say it right, but that's what I meant.
Alright, let's try to break down the top 3 tiers in a relationship to make it successful. I think 1, communication.
Trust and honesty.
I think honestly we'll probably go under communication.
Trust.
Yeah, trust. I was thinking that too. Trust is definitely one of them. That's number 2.
Just respect too.
Yeah, and respect. And then everything else will just kind of fall into place.
Yeah, we pretty much like knew that we were kind of destined for each other. We're soulmates. Soulmates. Say good name.
Now we can consider ourselves soulmates, but when we first started.
No, it's it.
When we first started,
We met in math
I was
class.
fat. She
We
was
met in
she was
math
she
class.
was slim thick. I think we look pretty darn good.
I'm not something anymore.
Minus my loose skin, man. Y'all,
I thought
I'm gonna show
slim
y'all a
thick was
video.
good, babe.
I'm gonna show y'all a video of my loose skin. Watch. I showed Angel today how much loose skin your boy really got.
I've seen it before.
It's like for me, I'm
If you-
glad it's not floppy like it was. Like
Also,
it could have
another
been.
thing-
But
Also, another thing, I've liked him since we've known each other since 8th grade, so pretty much almost 10 years. and we were both pretty chunky and thick, and I liked him since then. So you know, you got someone that really likes you if you know them since you were pretty big before, all the way to now. Because
honestly, I thought she was on my
league. We came a long way. He always told me that.
All right, guys, 10 seconds left. Trust, communication, respect. See y'all in the next Car Confessions episode.